Hello. Hey.
There. Some
Um,
lid sound.
oh, you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel
I
lid
ain't got nothing
sound.
on. I don't never put nothing on. I don't never put nothing on. Y'all, I'm sorry. Yeah, natural beauty. That and even
Yes.
Oscar be like, so you gonna try like your friend Nisha? I'm like, listen, bruh, you gonna put some deposits in the account? Yes or no? Okay. I'm like, I have no, I have no,
How
I
you
don't
break?
know. I gotta try harder. Is it
No, it's
breaking up
okay.
again? How about now?
I have, I tried to do a little
It,
something,
it,
like like I had to get my hair done because I was right here. I had my Sealy twist in, which is nothing wrong with Sealy twist, loud. Like I'll rock my Sealy twist to the grocery store, to the home improvement store. I don't care. I like my little Sealy plaits, but every now and then, you know, do something a little different. You know. Did you freeze? You froze. Let's see while she's coming back. Well, welcome everyone back to another episode of Raising the Bar. This week we'll be talking about grief, and I know Stephanie wanted to talk more about her experiences with grief. Um, so we'll see as soon as she gets back, if she does. Well, in the meantime, definitely like, subscribe, and comment. You can find us on Facebook, on our Facebook group, Raising the Bar, on YouTube, Raising the Bar Dash Pod. You can find us there. Also on Instagram, we're still working on building our Instagram there, but yeah, and we've got some other things that we'll be working on. But yeah, so just stay in tune with us and step back.
hey. Okay. I'm like, I don't know what's going on over here, but we'll get it right. We'll get it right, including my hair. Okay.
But
All
yes,
right.
I was just telling everyone that you wanted to share your experience with grief.
Yes. Okay. So I think I don't real so I just went out of the country and I really love it. I really love the experience that it gives. It's really freeing. Like sometimes you don't realize how heavy things are until you get free and then you're like, "Oh my gosh, I was in a little bit of a dark place." And the most important thing I think I wanted to help people understand is that everybody deals with grief differently. And I wept a little bit on the trip, not a lot. I saw a guy that looked like my brother, and so my parents are remarried. Okay, let's backtrack. So this is my brother from my bonus mom. My parents are remarried. They've been married, oh my gosh, probably like 17 years now. So we grew up together. We grew up in the same home. And, he's my brother at that point. And I didn't share much about it, and I didn't even realize how much I was taken in from it until I got back, and I'm like, ooh, because I reset while I was there. I was able to go over some things in my head and just begin to reset. And sometimes when you're in dark places, you don't realize it's dark again until you get out. So, anyways, with that being said, I'm in Jamaica. I went to Jamaica, and I saw somebody that looked like him, and I kind of cried a little bit, just thinking about his kids, thinking about his fiance. He was set to be married. I think 6 months before he passed away. And forgive me if the timelines are off, but Just going off a quick memory, like Nisha said in our last podcast, some people are gifted with good memory, and mine is definitely mediocre without help. Okay. But anyways, so just seeing somebody like him, I began to just kind of like, that really hurt me. And the biggest thing that hurt was the fact that I prayed to God for my family. I pray for I'm getting teary out now. I pray for my brothers. I stay up late at night praying and asking God to protect us and keep us. And I pray for my children. I cover my children. I cover my family in the blood of Jesus. And I wanted to know, the biggest thing I struggled with was like, God, how did this slip by us? You know, how did this happen? You know, how didn't my prayers work? Um, how did we lose him? He's like 38 years old. What happened? You know, and so kind of beginning to learn that God sometimes doesn't answer in the way that you would hope. It's still God. It's still God's answer. And I can pray for everybody, but if they don't pray for their self, you know, if they don't work on their own saving, their own, my prayers are to enhance what you do for yourself. And I think I was reading something in the Bible where there's an age, I think up until like 18, I would have to find the verse again, but where the parents were covering their children up until about 18 in the Bible. Um, I'll have to find it. It was a really good verse because I was always curious at what point do children get to choose. But, anyways, that led me to kind of want to talk because I don't want y'all to, you have to grieve, right? And everybody grieves in their own way. I was taking more walks. I can definitely say I felt a little bit more on edge. I'm trying to use my words right because I don't want to be like placing stuff back on me. Um, I felt I was upset, you know, because I wanted to know how it happened and I wanted to know why God didn't answer in the way that I had prayed for. And I want y'all to understand that that's okay. It's okay to feel upset. It's okay to feel heavy. Um, the Bible says, "Come to me, all ye that are heavy laden, and he will give us rest." So it's okay to feel these things, but I don't want you to get stuck there. I don't want you to feel like you're alone, you know, and talk to people. Don't withdraw. Don't pull back, you know. Tell people what you're going through. And I feel like that's some of the reason I'm able to come out of it a little quicker is that I'm talking. I talk about it as much as I can handle without crying. You know, people get weird when you start crying. So as much as I can without crying and making people weird. um, but my main goal is to just make sure that you're not sitting at home alone, and it's not a long one. Thank God that grief is not something that I have to deal with a lot in my family. Even with COVID, we were blessed, and I'm very grateful. But don't sit in this like place of solitude. Don't retreat. Um, continue your journey, continue in their legacy, continue to um do things that would bring life to the situation, if that makes sense. I don't know how to really like build it out, but that's the gist of the conversation. Don't feel alone, continue to keep their life, continue to release balloons, continue to like think about what it would be like if they were here. Like, oh my gosh, you know, your child looks just like, bring these things up. Keep that person alive, you know, in whatever way that you're able to. And try not to do it alone. That's
Right. Mhm, that's good. And, and of course, like there are the 5 stages of grief. So, help me remember. You've got anger. Well, first you have what is it the
let's
disbelief?
let's look it
Yeah,
up.
because I mean, like,
I want it to be like exact 5 stages of
right,
grief
because
because
there are definitely 5 stages,
and
and
I
of
think
course,
I'm pretty sure y'all, I like to speed through everything. I told you I'm like so I probably speed it right through them. So the 5 stages are denial,
Mhm.
anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. So, oh my gosh, that definitely describes what I just described to y'all for sure.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, I felt like no, this is, and then I have to go see him in a casket, and I'm like, okay, this is real. And then I'm angry because I'm up, I'm praying and I'm fasting and I'm praying for these answers. And I expect God to answer in a favorable way, but I have to understand that's not it. And then bargaining, just kind of going back and forth with, I don't know, what's a good, I don't
Mhm.
know how to really
Like,
explain bargaining.
you kinda went through the bargaining with God, give me answers. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like, that's kind of the bargaining there, like, I've been praying, so give me answers, you know?
right. What's up, bruh?
Yeah.
Hit him
Mhm.
with a bruh. Bruh,
You know,
what's up?
and sometimes
What
people
happened?
they have a different bargaining, like, why couldn't it have been me,
Yeah.
Why did it have to be that person? Why not me, you know? Um, yeah, so
And then for sure depression because, after you get done saying why and God still don't have that like answer that you're looking for. It's an answer. It's just not the answer you're looking for. You go into this dark place like, oh my God, it's real. Oh my gosh, this really happened. Oh my gosh, there was nothing, I mean, nothing I could do about it, even if I tried. And then you're kind of beginning to accept it. And like I said, I did speed through it, but I speed through a lot of emotions, even my divorce, y'all. I'm like, and let's let's get over this. I'm such a bubbly person, so I
mhm.
like to get to the bottom of what's going on quickly. So that happened in November, and here we are in June, and I feel like I'm not saying it doesn't, I'm still getting teary-eyed right now. But I'm saying that I realized that I was a little bit sadder than I thought. It hurt me a little bit more than I thought. And just trying to get my parents to like, watching them go through that broke my heart. Like that did something to me because I could tell how heavy it was for them. And then to see other people and see his fiance going through everything, just trying to process what just happened. So that was a lot. And then acceptance. So, y'all, all of it's normal. Long
Mhm.
story
It's
short,
it's normal, and it's normal to go through all those stages multiple times, and you won't always go through them in that order, but you will go through those stages, and there's nothing wrong with that. And if you're feeling that you are struggling, it's okay to reach out and talk to someone.
yes,
Just having someone just to lend an ear, just to listen. And just for people on the other end too, because people are like, well, how do I help my friend go through this grief? Just be there to listen. People
right,
may feel like, well, I don't know what to say, I may say the wrong thing, and it's just like, no, you don't have to say anything. You just have to just be there, be present, just let them know that you're there for them. Because grief is a hard thing. Losing someone is really hard. And, not to take it off subject, I was watching this movie on Netflix. It's called A Man Named Otto. And oh my gosh, it's a tearjerker, but it's a movie of this older man who loses his wife, and he's going through, pretty much the stages of grief with his wife. And it shows how just the people in that are around him help him to get through that
right,
grief and just the things that he had to go through. So it's kind of heavy. It does have some, scenes of pretty heavy, suicidal things in there.
right.
So if that's something that you're triggered by, I would, tread cautiously. But yeah,
Well, I think that just let's go back to the suicide part. So yeah, let's
because that
feel
interest.
like that's the way out. But I would like to just really pull on you and say that's not the way. That's a short, quick fix, and it's selfish. It's rude. I mean, okay. Let me see. I'll talk. Okay. It's selfish and it's rude for this manner. I wish people that do mass shootings would just kill themselves and not other people. But for you, if you're dealing with grief, I would appreciate if you would just kind of let's get some help. Let's pull in. Don't be afraid of counselors. Don't be afraid of your friends. Don't be saying, don't be afraid to say, I am not doing well. Like bring some help in. We want it. Some people want to help. Some people want to be there, like give us a chance to be there for you before you take your life, or before you feel like this is it, I can't take it anymore.
Right. And if you are going through that stage in grief where, you're very depressed and you're feeling that the pain of going on is too much. And, and I think that a lot of times when people do start to get those suicidal ideations is that is a feeling that they feel that it's just so much pain to where they just want the pain to be over.
Right.
And you feel that by committing suicide or taking your life that you will be at peace, and that is not the case, what I mean? And if you ever get to a point to where you are feeling that low, to where you are feeling that, you no longer want to be here, that or this pain is too much, pick up the phone and call a friend.
Anybody.
You can call the suicide hotline, call someone,
Right.
and I guarantee you after a minute of talking to someone, you will feel that pain decrease
Yes.
because sometimes you just need someone to hear you.
A release. Yeah, it's like a pressure cooker. I don't know, I'm kind of old, y'all. I'm about to tell how old I am. So that pressure cooker, it'd be like
Yeah.
and you just take it off and it releases that pressure, but you knew you couldn't just pop the lid off because you'll burn yourself, but you had to slowly release that pressure. And the same goes for grief. You slowly begin to take out the fact that it's not your fault and there's nothing you can do about it, and God spoke and that's it, and it's final, whether you like it or not. So you slowly begin to extract that pain and that disappointment from your life, just as you would a pressure cooker. You don't want to just pop the lid off, okay? Just slowly take your time and walk through these stages. It's okay. Biblically, it's okay. He ain't tell you to run through. He does say bury them, but you're allowed to grieve, and it's okay. You can do that.
Mhm.
Take that moment to heal, so that you don't have to walk around a lifetime in hurt and pain. And like I said, I didn't realize how dark it was for me until I'm starting to see the light again. So much happened at that time. Like my mom's husband was in the hospital. He passed away. So I'm scared. I'm like, oh my gosh, am I going to lose my mom's husband? We just lost Ray. Are we going to lose, what's going on? And at that moment, I also felt like if that could happen, what else? What else, God? So the fear began to set in. So don't let fear set in. Um, Prayer changes things, whether we like the answer or not.
And death is a part of life as well. You know what I
It just
mean?
felt so he just felt it was so young, where it abruptly, unexpected. So we're slap dab in the middle of life, and with work, we're not a close knit family. So I think that's why I take on so many sisters. I'd be like, sisters, 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 because we're not that close knit. But anyways, I thought we had more time. I thought we had that time where we would look back, and I'm getting teary eyed now because you feel like you have more time, so you're like, when it abruptly happens, you're like, oh my gosh, no, we're going to have family reunions with the kids. Where are you going? So that's like that. It's okay. All of that is okay, and I seek the Bible. I seek my friends and vacations. It doesn't always add up to be the right answer, but that's how I deal with it. So figure out what helps you release a little bit and a little bit more of that pressure at a time. Okay. Good. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I got without crying and making y'all cry. Hey, side note. I'm not growing weed, y'all. Oh, that look like a weed, like
Oh,
that's
they're
called
beautiful.
a money tree. I'm not growing weed over here, just so y'all know.
You're
Um,
right, mom. And
that's
that's, and that's another way to deal with,
so good.
grief and stress and things like that is to focus your energy into something productive, like caring for plants, you know what I mean? Um, you have to find that outlet.
Right,
You can't just, sit in your sadness. It's okay to feel the feelings because
yeah,
you're going to feel them. You
yeah,
know what I mean? But at the same time, you can't stay stagnant. You can't, just stay closed up in a dark room.
right,
You have to keep going because we're still here, and our loved ones that have passed to the other side, they would want us to keep going on and to keep moving
absolutely.
forward and to keep fulfilling our purpose in life and keep on living. So yeah.
Right. Okay,
Mhm.
that's all I got. Y'all aren't alone. Keep pushing. The 5 stages of grief are real. Go through them. Take your time. Don't spend a lot of time on it. I don't have scriptures for y'all, but there are scriptures on grief. If you use the word grief, burials, look up words like that and keywords, and you'll find scriptures that can kind of lead you on how you want to take the next step in your journey. We keep talking about the importance of journey. Life is a journey, not a destination. So
Yeah.
kind of take your time. And the enemy kind of wants us to not live in the moment. He wants us to speed through. And as a visionary, I see the future. So sometimes I get caught there. I get caught like, I got to get there. I got to get there. I got to do this. I got to do that. But taking that moment to enjoy or go through whatever it is so you can learn what you need to learn at that space and so that you can heal and build character. The Bible says he wants to build character so that you can sustain when things come your way and you're not tossed back and forth like the wind. Okay. That's all we got today. I don't want to get deep. I don't want to cry. I told y'all I'm bubbly. I like to laugh. I'm super silly and I like to crack the jokes. Okay. And they be corny and it's so hilarious to me. I'll be cracking myself up. Okay.
Nice,
Um,
nice.
y'all have a good day and we'll be back next week. Okay.
Nice. Bye.
Bye.